day 9,610 of being a human, and I'm going to try to leave gender out of this since that's how we found ourselves here.
Hey, you're back, Dilly boy. Dylan, we've always known that you were a human being. That was always acknowledged. And as for leaving gender out of it, you should have just never pretended to be a woman in the first place.
I've been offline for a few weeks, and a lot has been said about me, some of which is so far from my truth that I was like hearing my name and I didn't even know who they were talking about sometimes.
Your truth, Dilly boy, happens to be a lie. And honestly, I'm surprised that you don't look into the mirror and not know who you are, because that kind of seems to be the way that it is.
A very disassociative feeling.
You were obviously disassociated from yourself, considering that you spent a lot of time pretending to be a little girl.
And it was so loud that I didn't even feel part of the conversation. So I decided to take the back seat and just let them tucker themselves out. But then I remembered that nearly 13 million people at some point enjoyed me enough to hit the follow button on these apps. And I was like, wait. I want to talk to those people. So hi, long time no talk. How are you?
You have been a very loud voice in this conversation, Dilly, and that hasn't changed. And as for your followers, you feed into a mental illness and you propagate a mental illness, because either you have a mental illness or you are a sociopath that is lying to everyone, including potentially yourself.
You might want to grab a beverage. This is going to be a longer one. But I'm doing okay. And I'm trying this new thing where I don't pressure myself to share anything before I'm ready.
You were not okay, Dilly boy. And that is evident by the lie that you've been living and showcasing across the internet. You chose to share that on your own, and now you understand that the rest of society, the majority of society, doesn't think that your mental illness is something that should be promoted. Hence, your Bud Light failure.
And I'm actually sitting with my emotions, not reacting, waiting to respond. And shockingly, I can't recommend it more. Therapy is paying off here, people. But I do have some thoughts to share with you. So I've been having crazy deja vu because I'm an adult, I'm 26.
It's good to see that you're finally calling yourself an adult and no longer pretending to be a little girl. The next step is looking into the mirror and saying, I am a man. You should really give that a try, Dilly boy.
And throughout childhood, I was called too feminine and over the top. And here I am now being called all those same things, but this time it's from other adults.
Growing up, I was told that I was too boyish in my behaviors and that I needed to act more like a girl. That never made me once think that I was actually a boy. And honestly, as I got older, I did find that information useful, because it is important for me as a woman to connect with my femininity, just as it is important for you, Dilly boy, to connect with your masculinity.
And if they're going to accuse me of anything, it should be that I'm a theater person and that I'm camp, but this is just my personality, and it always has been. What I'm struggling with most is that I grew up in a conservative family, and I'm extremely privileged because they still love me very much. And I grew up in the church, and I still have my faith, which I am really trying to hold on to right now.
There's nothing wrong with having feminine traits as a man, as long as you can acknowledge that you were a man. Just like there is nothing wrong with having masculine traits if you are a woman, as long as you acknowledge that you are a woman. And as for your faith, Dilly boy, if you are part of a Christian-based faith, you should understand that the Bible is rather clear on men are not supposed to pretend to be women, women are not supposed to pretend to be men. Men don't lay with men, women don't lay with women, and that might be part of where you're having such difficulty. Maybe God is trying to send you a sign by all of these people who are speaking out about what you have been propagating through your videos. Maybe it's time for you to listen and reevaluate.
But I've always tried to love everyone, even the people that make it really, really hard. And I think it's okay to be frustrated with someone or confused. But what I'm struggling to understand is the need to dehumanize and to be cruel. I don't think that's right.
We're not trying to dehumanize you, Dilly boy. We're trying to make you see logic and reason. And it is not cruel to speak the truth to you. It might hurt to hear the truth, but the truth is you are a man, and you do need to accept that, because if you don't, you're really just causing more harm to yourself and to all of your viewers that follow you, thinking that what you're doing is right, because it's not, Dilly, and it's not cruel to say so.
Dehumanization has never fixed anything in history ever. And, I'm embarrassed to even tell you this, but I was nervous that you were going to start believing those things that they were saying about me since it is so loud. But I'm just going to go ahead and trust that the people who know me and my heart won't listen to that noise. What I'm interested in is getting back to making people laugh and to never stop learning. And going forward, I want to share parts of myself on here that have nothing to do with my identity. And I'm hoping those parts will still be exciting to you and will be enough. And to those of you who support me and choose to see my humanity, even if you don't fully understand or relate to me, thank you. And I don't know if reincarnation is a thing, but in my next life, I would love to be someone non-confrontational and uncontroversial. God, that sounds nice. The good news is that the people pleaser in me has nearly died because there's clearly no way of winning over everyone. But if you're still around, I am too. And I love ya. And I hope you're having a great week. And I missed you. Okay, talk soon. Love you. Bye.
Your humanity, Dylan, is a male humanity. You are a man. And there is nothing dehumanizing by acknowledging you for what you are. You may consider it bullying. You may consider it mean. But people who can see the truth will also see that that is the truth. You're a man, Dylan. Stop lying to yourself and stop lying to everyone else. You don't even know who you really are, down to your heart. Otherwise, you wouldn't be pretending to be something that you're not. No one wants to hurt you, Dylan. We want to help you. I don't know if you're a sociopath or not, who's doing this knowing that it's wrong. There's a part of me that wonders. But if you are not a sociopath and you genuinely believe that you were female, you need to understand that you have a mental illness and that you do need to get it taken care of and that you do need to be who you actually are. Because you are not a woman. You will never be a woman. Who you are in your heart is a lost and broken man. And I really hope, Dylan, that you find your way, especially if you are trying to connect with God. Because God made you a man. So if you want to connect with God and you want to know the truth that God has made of your life, then be who you are. Until next time, have a nice day.